When you think about fine dining or a fantastic meal and fantastic service and ambiance in Lafayette, I don't think you can not think about Charley G's.
Charley Goodson opened this restaurant in 1985 with my wife, Dell. My daughters came on with us shortly afterwards, and we've been here, this is our 40th year.
It's impossible for me to think about Charley G's, the restaurant, without thinking about Charley Goodson.
You didn't come to Charley G's for a food or a meal, you came for an experience. And that experience is still here today.
When I came to Lafayette to go to school, I went to work in local bars, and I started working more and going to school less, and I enjoyed it, the hospitality industry. So I quit school altogether and started helping manage restaurants. A lot of kids wanted to work in the restaurants, but they didn't want to manage because they weren't going to school. So I ended up opening my own bar in 1972, changed it into a restaurant 10 years later, and then opened this in 1985.
It was a great time to be a chef in Lafayette, Louisiana. It was kind of like right at the start of the renaissance of Cajun and Creole cooking. So it was like the Wild Wild West from a culinary perspective, you know? It was like whatever you wanted to create, you could create. It just had to taste good, you know?
Growing up, you know, I just thought, oh, my grandfather works at a restaurant, no big deal. And then I guess I didn't realize really until I started actually working here, like the impact he had on the restaurant.
So we wanted dishes that were true to our roots, but kind of expanded the boundaries a little bit. Smoked duck and andouille gumbo was a tip of the hat to our duck hunting around here in Louisiana. I smoked it with southern hardwoods, so it just put a little bit of a different spin on it.
Years of watching my father-in-law prepare the gumbo. He smoked the ducks, he broke them down, he made the stock, and to be able to walk back and forth, watch what he was doing and see the flavors and the time making the roux was so time consuming, and to see him do that was amazing. I know, you know, he put his heart and soul into that gumbo, and that's what made the difference.
Growing up here, you know, Pops became my grandfather, and Mr. James felt like an extension of my dad, and that's what really made it special.
This place has always been special to me. It was the first fine dining restaurant I ever went to. I just remember when I was a kid, my dad would bring me here, and it was my favorite restaurant. I'd be sitting at the booth, and I'd see this guy walking around in a suit, and I used to tell my dad all the time, I want to be him one day when I grow up, and it turned out to be Charley Goodson.
My first visit here was in 1992, coming to visit my wife's parents, and Charley's was one of the first restaurants that we came to. And being a kid from Kentucky, you know, experiencing Louisiana food for the first time, it was kind of mind-blowing. Food was fantastic, the service was fantastic.
It's basically all we know. We grew up here. You know, my bus used to drop me off here. I would eat a cup of gumbo at the bar and do my homework. You know, so this is home to me. His passion became our passion, and we love it, and I love working with them.
The culture is in the people that come to work here, and it's been the best part of the whole thing, working with the people we've had here.
Charley G's has always had a good name. I mean, it's just a staple in Lafayette. People want to come here. They know the food's good. They know the service is good.
Charley G's is such a staple in the community, so it's kind of fun to meet all these people and see the growth within the community. And I think that's probably my favorite part, is just the community aspect of it all.
I think just the consistency, the quality, the class, the elegance, the fact that you know it's going to be a great experience every time that you come. And it's a place where people come to celebrate. So you know when you're a place that people come to celebrate on rare occasions, that it's going to be done right, and they've done that right for many, many years.
I learned my management style here, and it was from Charley. Charley has always treated us like family.
Obviously the food is head and shoulders, in my opinion, above anyone else, and also just the people who work here are just different. Obviously, it's very hard to keep a restaurant open, especially around this area, for that long. Everything about it is just amazing. It makes it one of the best places to work at, eat at, in general.
It's pretty much different than anywhere else that I think you go in, you know, Lafayette. Service is very different, you know. Try to remember your name. We have a lot of VIPs, very important people that come here a lot. We enjoy them. We remember what they eat, remember what they drink, you know, ask about their family and things like that. And I think everybody enjoys that.
The design is timeless.
Say timeless?
It's timeless. I mean, Spiros Zakis that designed it was well known, well accomplished. He created something in Lafayette that we did not have, and it's been going on for 40 years, so passed the test of time.
The food is different, but it, again, stays true to our roots. Service was really critical to the whole process as well. And so we had managers in place that really knew how to train a staff. So when you combine all those things together, that's what you want in a good restaurant. You want to be able to go somewhere and get a dish that you can't get anywhere else. That's the sign of a good restaurant for me. If I got to go to that restaurant to get this particular dish that I can't get anywhere else, that makes it special.
Yeah, so I've worked at a variety of different restaurants prior to here. You know, obviously meeting my wife was a great benefit to working here. Charlie Goodson is a great guy. James Lawrence, who was the general manager back in '98 when I was hired. Both him and Charlie are huge influences in my life and big mentors of mine. I think both of us can say that we've made some lifelong friends working here.
And the job that I have now is because of someone who frequented this restaurant. You know, they treated us as their kids, not just their employees, and I thought this was a great place to work because of that. It wasn't just an employee, relationship, it was a family.
It's the way Charlie has managed this over the course of years. I mean, restaurants come and go. A restaurant will change with new owners, new decor, but the decor has remained the same, the service has remained the same, the quality of product is there. It's just has been consistent for 40 years, which is really very odd in the restaurant industry anywhere.
You know, I tell people all the time when I started here, my son was a year and a half old. He's gonna be 21 in November. So the entire basic time of his life, I've worked here, and it's provided for my family. It's given me an opportunity to, work for great people. And I think the 40 years, it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. Anybody that knows Lafayette, that knows Charlie, that knows what we do here, knows Jody, knows Mark. I mean, it shouldn't be surprised that this place has been open for 40 years.
And Charley G's gave me a definition of what true service was.
A lot of these people that eat here, they have secretaries and people that make appointments and for them, clients and stuff. We deal with them every day. We deal with their families and celebrate big life moments, and can't really put a price on that. I think the feeling I get when I look out on the line on a busy night with my staff and I see them just interacting with the guests and doing what we do and running out that beautiful food that Holly and her team create, and just kind of seeing things happen in the moment and seeing people blow out a birthday candle and knowing how important that is for their families, their anniversaries, their graduations. I get caught looking in the moment sometimes, and I think those are the special moments that I cherish because no one's really talking to me, no one's saying anything. It's just kind of see what they've built through your own eyes,
The thing that made my relationship with Charley G so special was my relationship with Charlie. The best part about the restaurant business is the conceptualization. Having a vision in your head and being able to put it out and make it real. Charlie would always come to me with ideas. And we sit down and then I'd go in the kitchen and make them happen. So that was that connection we had where the two of us really were simpatico when it came to trying to push the button a little bit and make our food a little bit more special.
Of all the bosses I've ever had, he's the most hands-off, always there to guide you and help you. But, anytime we had some crazy ideas, he would maybe rein us in a little bit, but for the most part, my work ethic is based a lot on what I learned from him. And again, Charlie as well as James in my time here. So it's just, it's a really great atmosphere that they still, I think, maintain to today. And, I think the proof's in the fact that they've been around for 40 years, I mean, how many restaurants do you know that have been around that long?
Mr. Charlie is one of the nicest owners and bosses you could ever ask for. I think with the way he just respects everybody that works here, you just know you're part of a family.
He's my mentor. I've learned a lot from him. The way they make you feel, obviously I'm biased, but I think this is the best restaurant, and why wouldn't you want to work for the best?
Charley is such a giant for such a small man. His presence is felt anytime he walks in the room, and you can feel a command of order from a soft touch. He's a beautiful human being, and he was respected in the industry before this was even opened. And I just walked in knowing that he was going to be a great person to work for, and he was. He genuinely was an ace of a human being.
Congratulations, Mr. Charley. 40 years is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
you deserve
for
it.
sure. To me, no one in this town exemplifies hospitality as much as he has. He's really set the bar high, and the folks that work with him and manage under him have big shoes to fill. So congratulations on the 40th anniversary. That's an amazing feat, and everyone's super proud and excited for him.
And he's one of the finest people I've ever met, and it's somebody that I have a lot of respect and admiration for. So I just want to say congratulations to Charley G's, congratulations Charlie Goodson, to you and your family on 40 years. Thank you for everything that you've done, and here's to 40 more.
I just want to say thanks, Charley.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm happily married to the woman of my dreams, and I got to meet her here.
He's a friend to everyone. Would give you the shirt off his back. As I said, he's the greatest boss I've ever had because he was never unkind to anyone. He may have disliked several people that I know specifically he did not like, but they would never know it because he was always kind and generous to everyone.
Congratulations, Charley, and the entire Charley G's family.